Potter and gentlemen and my young friends, I am deeply honored to be associated with this outstanding function marking the inauguration of the National Management School, perhaps the first of its kind because it is in the joint stock or company sector, unlike many of the others which are trusts and societies. Whose trust, whose society, I don't know. Very often the trust is that the gentleman and his wife will get a Mercedes-Benz each. I hope, Shankaran, you will not get a Mercedes-Benz. Participating in this function is not merely a question of routine. Participating in this function, one doesn't merely think of the many, many people whom Dr. Raghunathan thanked in his own way, without leaving anybody, I hope, and speaking for 30-40 minutes without feeling us bored about the number of people whom he listed as having helped him bring this up. One's mind goes to several million things. To India. 1,200 million people today. Bidding fair to become 1,500 million or more than Chinese population within the next 10 or 15 years. A country endowed by God with resources of an unbelievable variety. Did you know we have more water falling on this country than any other country in the world? Did you know we have more sunshine than any other country in the world? Did you know we have more thorium than anybody else in the world? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? I can talk as if I have a government book of statistics and bore you. I have no such intention. And yet still, you have an honorable minister who very rightly says we have the Nobel Prize for filth. There's no point in getting angry with him because he speaks the truth when he says we have a Nobel Prize for filth. As Dr. Badrinath just now mentioned, we have the world's largest number of young people. 300, 400 million people between the ages of 20 and 30 or whatever is your idea of the, not like the political parties who talk of youth, so-and-so people which are 50 years old, but really young people who are raring to go. We have 2,000 business schools in this country today. Just as we have hundreds and hundreds of engineering colleges, I keep saying that in Tamil Nadu, you turn every street corner, you get another engineering college with another 3 letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, B, C, D, C, D, E, D, E, F, E, F, G, engineering college. Colleges without buildings, colleges without equipment, colleges without syllabuses, colleges without teachers, without students sometimes. Some of them are called deemed universities because most of the other older universities have become doomed universities. Some of them are called open universities because the others have become closed universities. In many places they appoint one vice chancellor, the government changes and another vice chancellor is appointed. There are 2 vice chancellors and the poor registrar doesn't know to which vice chancellor to send the file because there is a court stay order saying the old man will continue and the new man will continue, and therefore the registrar gives alternate files to each vice chancellor. Is our education system good? Does it teach our children not to think the primary purpose of education in India, with due apologies to outstanding teachers who are sitting in the front benches, is to prevent children from thinking? Is that what you got? And yet still, wonder of wonders, the young people from India go abroad and they occupy seats of extraordinary power and position and trust and knowledge in Microsoft and Intel and IBM and what have you. And they are world beaters to the point at which Obama has to say, we must learn the Indian system of education. I think we must bring Obama to National Management School for a few days so that he can learn how management or how schools function in India. The single largest challenge we have in this country is not absence of resources. The single largest absence in this country is not absence of manpower, woman power. Manpower is the male chauvinist use of English language. The single largest challenge before us is how to manage ourselves. Yesterday we saw the pathetic spectacle of a country observing its greatest carnage of 26/11, observing silence for 2 minutes and breaking out thereafter into violent linguistic fighting. How do we manage ourselves? I think older people like me need somehow, for the younger people, the Snigdhas and the Rahuls. I notice there are 2 Rahuls. Dean Shankaran Raghunathan is a very shrewd man. The most appropriate young name in this country today is Rahul. And 2 out of 7 is Rahul. We need to learn management in this country as never before. When we do learn to manage ourselves, we do seem to know how to manage ourselves very well. We can send a satellite to the moon and bring back proof that do you have Wi-Fi in there already? You must have Wi-Fi. I don't know what Wi-Fi means. I thought it is a cousin of my wife. You must have syllabuses. Not static syllabuses. I went to a vice chancellor the other day and I said, sir, why is your syllabus so old? You're still teaching my children COBOL. He said, no, we have improved to Fortran 4. So I said, sir, the world has come a little further away from COBOL and Fortran 4. He said, no. The syllabus committee meets once in 5 years. That is good enough. I hope Shankaran Raghunathan, you will have a vigilance, you will have a syllabus committee which updates your syllabus as rapidly as the world is changing, because the world is changing as never before. Technology is changing at unbelievable pace. 20 years ago, if you went to B school and did HR, they taught you how to deal with the Industrial Disputes Act. Strikes, labor, adjudication, conciliation, whatnot. Today, if you try to teach our children conciliation and arbitration and adjudication, you will be left out. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when a man joined or a woman joined a company, it was for life. Today, no young person stays on in the same company for more than 3 years. He says, I got 20K, now I got 30K, whatever K may mean. They don't have the patience to elaborate and say 20,000 or 30,000. I am getting 30K. I am getting 20K. HR has changed. Technology has changed. Loyalties have changed. Even war has changed. War is no longer the old war. You may possess Sukhoi aircraft. How do you deal with 2611? You can't deal with 2611 via a Sukhoi. I'm not making fun of somebody. The country's president flew the Sukhoi only yesterday or day before. War has changed. Peace has changed. We don't know how to effect peace. Governance has changed. I have a complaint with all these schools. I am associated with 20, 30, 40 business schools all over the country. The young people's general knowledge is a matter of great, great worry. Dr. Raghunathan, please find a method by which these young people will understand general knowledge. It is as important as NAV and PV. I know all these terms to try to impress the finance department people here, saying, I know all about finance. I know NAV. I know PV. I don't know anything about it. NAV is something to do with geometric progression, I think. Teach my children the arts of how this country can be run for the future. Because what do you have? What do you not have? You have art, you have art. Your culture, you have culture. You want music, you have music. How many branches of music are there in this country? There are 13 gharanas, not to speak of the South Indian. How many schools of dance are there if you travel your mind along the coast of this country from Kathakali and Mohiniyattam, to Bharatam, to Kuchipudi, to Odissi, to Manipuri, to Shantiniketan, and what Tagore taught us. Traveling up the Ganges, you reach Kanpur and do, what was it Rekha did? What was that movie called? Umrao Jan. These are only the classical systems of dance. There are 100 other systems of dance. There is Lazim, and there is Bhangra, there is Ottam Thullal, and there is Mailattam, there is Kuilattam, there is Oilattam. There are whole varieties of other dance. What do we not have? But you are repositories and heritage owners of that heritage. And please, for God's sake, become those. Dr. Shankaran Raghunathan, I have put in an application after I saw the faculty room. I said, can I come and sit in one of those chairs, please? I've asked him. I don't know whether he will agree. But whether he agrees or not, I want to come and tell you one of these days that this country has a fantastic future, not because I am old. The young lady who accompanied me in the car asked me, sir, should we not give up democracy? And do what? Give up democracy and do what? I get asked this question asked every time I stand in front of a mic. They said, sir, why don't we go to the American system of the presidential form of government? But little realizing that the President of the United States has less power than the Prime Minister of India. The President of the US cannot appoint an ambassador. The Prime Minister of India can not only appoint, he can even disappoint the ambassadors. What we have is a primidential form of government. We have a government which participates of all the characteristics of a presidential form with a prime ministerial form, with the right to scream at the top of your voice at 12 o'clock every morning. And yet still we run a government, we run a parliamentary democracy as nobody else does. Hold your head high that your democracy is functioning as well as it is functioning. It could function better. But that is in the hand of the management boys and girls. The management boys and girls must tell us how the country can manage itself better. How it can manage a leak better, for example. You know about a leak? I don't mean the visit to the toilet. So I have before me the hope, the ambition, the desire that this B school must be a different B school. Instead, I stopped somewhere. I stopped at Wi-Fi or something. I should have gone on to syllabuses. I should have gone on to faculties. I honestly don't believe Shankaran Raghunathan and his brochure when he says he has got 100 members of the staff. Have you got 100 members of staff already? More than 100. Yes? No, I don't mean the permanent staff. I mean all your visiting staff put together. 270. Where is Dr. Mr. Siddiqui? Sir, give us 2 more floors immediately. On a concessional basis, because you've got 270 teachers. Nobody else has. Who has accepted that India is short of teachers? The Prime Minister of India has. The other day, speaking about IIMs and IITs, the Prime Minister of India said we are desperately short of teachers. And yesterday, he has said, ask Indians to come back. Thank you, Raghunathan, for coming back before the Prime Minister asked you. Setting an example to other people who are in the United States, some of whom are sitting in the auditorium, please come back. For all the filth we have, for all the shortages we have, for all the troubles we have, we are still a great country. Please remember that. We are a great country. We have the ability to become greater. I don't know about GNP. I don't even know the expansion of the word GNP. Gross national politics. National politics is gross. Am I right? Gross national politics. And Shankaran Raghunathan has been very careful in choosing his people. He is a man of God. He is a man of vision. He is a man of teaching. He is a man of ragging. Shankaran Raghunathan, don't be worried about ragging, because Raghavan is on your board. You have Ranjani Manian on your academic board or your business board? Business board. Absolutely 100% certain that your business will boom. You will make a profit at the end of the first year. I have no doubt of how you will do it is between you and your auditor. The auditor will tell you methods by which you will show a profit at the end of the year, so that you will then go back to Punjab National Bank, show the profit and get a larger loan. Like a politician fond of hearing his own voice, I am going on and on and on. Huh? You are enjoying it. But the gentleman who does introduction says I must speak a few words. I almost thought he would say I must give my address. And I got it ready. My address is 169 St. Mary's Road, Chennai 18. Or tnsession@hotmail.com. If you want the modern version. But you have asked me to speak and I have spoken my heart. This school has, I hope, a fantastic future. We will pray, I will ask everybody here at Assemble to pray. I want the children, don't mind being called children. Oh, I am not a child. I am 26. Huh? Not at all. Suffer little children to come unto me, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Am I right, Father? Suffer little children to come unto me, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I hope this school has a fantastic future. I shall watch from the sidelines, from the front lines, with great interest at the progress of this school. May it grow from strength to strength. May it grow from 7 students to 14 students to 28 students to 56 students in no time at all. May its movements be marked by wisdom. May its progress be marked by wisdom. May all that it does lead to the greatness and the greater glory of God and this country. As I would have used the words of the Bible and said, the National Management School reminds me of the words in the Bible which says, unto us a prince is born. The National Management School is a prince. Unto us a prince is born. Dr. Raghunathan, anytime you are in need of a shoulder to cry on, mine is available. There is nothing else I can give you except the broadness of my shoulder. That is available. Please come. There is one person who has not been referred to by anybody at all. Shankaran's mother has been referred to. Shankaran's wife has not been referred to. Behind every man there is a lady who does all the work. She is sitting there like a cat grinning away. I would like to know how many hours of utter loneliness she has spent while Shankaran Raghunathan is batting with Punjab National Bank. But all for a good cause. And to all the people who have made this possible today, whom Shankaran listed out in detail, and to those who he forgot to mention even, thanks on behalf of all of us. May this school grow from strength to strength. May God be with you. Good luck. Godspeed. Jai Hind.